You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's something mounted toward the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Heroes Advent, Kody's Path. So yeah, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. I'm on it. With only a handful of supplies from the camp, you, Max, Alex, and Kody make your way back down to the hill to the checkpoint as quickly as you can. Your tents, campsite, Alex's equipment, and even the supply cart left behind in the rush. No one said a word, but you could guess that they each had something on their mind, as your concerns turned to Alyssa at the base of the crystal. A sickening, sinking feeling filled your guts as further destruction echoed across the distance. Breaking free from the tree line, you can see the checkpoint at the foot of the hill. The guards were already scrambling around the perimeter, the vibrant red of Ray's scales standing out as he stands by the car and the carriage. Ray, status! Max barked at the dragon as he vaulted into the driver's seat, taking the reins of the hooves. I've briefed the guards about the situation. Asked them to clean up our Akai camp and be on the lookout. Were they aware of the explosion? Yep, hard to miss it. They've asked us to head down to the guild for further instructions. One of the guards passed close enough to the carriage to be singled out. You there, what happens to the comms? We have no idea, sir. The communication grid all went silent when we realized the Guardian Crystal was failing. Damn it all. Everyone, get in! You tried to make your way over to Max, only for him to gesture towards the carriage. We can't risk any of you falling off. Get inside. I'll give it everything we've got. This isn't a dream, is it, Cassian? This is really happening. He reached out to the barrack, one foot onto the step, ushering him in. Don't worry, Kody. It won't be like last time. As soon as the door was secured, you heard the shriek of the hooves as Max whips them into a frenzied gallop. Though the road to the forest was placid, the return trip was stressful. Max's harried whips and the hooves' cries mixed the worried glances of everyone inside the cabin. Despite the relative calm of the countryside zooming by, your head was in turmoil. The carriage jostles and tilts as Max hits every curve sharply or cuts straight off the road. Yikes! Max, remember that the hovers only work on the road. Slow down, you'll have us all killed. The Malamute didn't seem to hear, or just chose not to as he maintained the momentum. What was originally a half-day's trek was cut short as the hooves were pushed to their limit. Even at the speed you were going, it took you at least an hour or two to return to the city. Your heart was beating in your head the entire time, holding on to Kody as a look of dread dragged their mouths into troubled scowls. When the city finally came into view, you heard a cry from outside, though it zoomed by as quickly as the scenery. Max! Max, stop! Hey, Max, wait! I've orders from Father. I mean Guildmaster Alaric! Despite Toby's cries, Max did not stop the carriage, a secure box now a potential death trap careening into the city. Giving up on his calls, Toby moved in position beside the carriage, astride a much sleeker Hulth, a cavalry unit compared to the strong-backed ones hitched to the carriage. He followed close behind, spotting you and giving you a look of utter shock. You could only shrug at him, having more important things on your mind. When you arrived at the eastern gate, you were greeted with the city in disarray. Signs of vandalism and destruction visibly evident on the buildings around the entrance. Down the straightway path, you can see Vitram Park in the distance. Max made a sharp turn down the street as you spotted purple blurs speeding past a few blocks further down. No! It's like they said. The outskirt is already overrun. This is really happening. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, wretched beasts! In my city? Yeah, I hear you, Max. We should report back to Father at the guild. Probably not the best idea to engage right now. Damn it, Lady Alyssa. Turning the carriage back onto the back road, your group made haste back to the guild. Along the way, you listened to the murmurs of the others as the streets lined up with broken glass, stone, and wood. Whatever passed by here did so without regard for what was here. The outskirts were not their target. As soon as the carriage rolled into the guild, the scale of the damage over the course of hours laid bare before you. Max hopped off the driver's seat to open the door for you before dashing into the crowd. The four of you clambered out, following as best you can behind Max, navigating through the cluttered field. Where tents, tables, tarps, blankets, and were scattered all about. Field infirmaries tending to the wounded. The medics appeared to be civilians judging by the clothes they wore. Elsewhere, adults tended to crying children, assisted in gathering the displaced or generally looking for some way to help. The rest were crowded around the entrance of the guild, where Master Alaric stood up on a platform so his voice could project outward. People, please. What voice was I doing? People, please. We are doing what we can to reunite you with your loved ones and evacuate the city. Do not leave the perimeter of the guild until the caravan is ready. Master Alric, Maker's Breath, Maxwell, I've only just sent for your team. We departed from the Akai as soon as we heard the explosion, sir. So, the Guardian Crystal's fall was heard that far out. What of the Akai? Did you manage to get the results? We have, Master Alaric. I brought all the data required to repair the Guardian Crystal. Well done, lad, but I'm afraid it has come to naught. What do you mean? The saboteur has attacked us from within. The laboratory has been ransacked and set ablaze. The towers are under fire? So that's why the guards can't communicate with the guild. Indeed, we could not communicate to the outpost to warn you, or contact our field agents in this vital moment. What are we to do? The lab! My inventions! I apologize for having to ask this of you, but I require you all to help in the evacuation efforts. Max marched forward, saluting diligently toward Alaric. Maxwell Silverbane, at your command, sir. Taking y'all, water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Incompatible save. Maxwell! Head out to the city and help with the evacuation efforts. Any injured or trapped, make sure they are brought back safely. We'll tend to them. Yes, sir. Alexander! Yes, sir! I understand this might already be your intent, but you are to head down to the labs and salvage whatever weapons and technology we may require once we evacuate. Should Crystal Coast fall, the Akai may well be a last bastion on this entire continent we can seek refuge at. Even so, we cannot give up our resistance here. Yes, Uncle! Kody! With the high influx of refugees, we need you to help keep them fed. Yes, an army marches on its stomach, sir. Well said. With that, you need to hurry. Your remaining assistant is struggling and they're on his own. Remaining? One of them's gone missing? I believe so. Your tavern reported one personnel MIA earlier this morning. You know who it was? I'm afraid we do not know. Our scouts still haven't spotted him in their reconnaissance. And we cannot spare more manpower to investigate missing persons. I understand. I'll head into the kitchen to help with provisions. Good man. Where would they go at a time like this? I just hope he's okay. Indeed. And Ray. One moment. Where's Raymond? Looking around, you realize the dragon was not there anymore. Apparently having slipped away during Alaric's address. Rai! 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 Where did he go? He was right here! Max turned his head about, wafting the scent lingering in the air. Eyes widen as he seems to find what he was looking for. He only left just now. His scent is still strong. Where did he go? Who would possess him to leave without dismissal? Ugh. Maxwell, find Raymond and inform him of his orders. What were you going to ask of him? We've been attempting to breach the perimeter of the Crystal Park. So far, we haven't been able to penetrate into the inner sanctums where Lady Spring is. I need Raymond to lead our scouting party to find a weak point in their ranks. I'll let him know, sir. Very well. You all got your orders. Carry them out. Dismissed. Barely taking a moment to pause, Alaric turned away from you to address another group of mercenaries in need of instructions. You heard the man. We have our orders. Let's move out. Autobots, roll out. Stepping into the reception hall, it's immediately evident how crowded everything was. From the rabble at the front desk to the line pressed against the wall leading into the honeysuckle, it was wall-to-wall full of mercenaries. The last you'd seen this many people crowded inside a building was for a concert near the campus. So many people! Though, unlike the concert, most people here weren't doing so voluntarily. There was a sinking feeling in your chest as you were quickly reminded of what was going on out there. There doesn't appear to be a way into the tavern from here. Let's go through the back door to the kitchen. Right behind you. You left through the front entrance, heading toward the back, staying close to the hedges encircling the building. I hope Ashford's holding up well on his own. I'm sure he can manage, but you think Tensai was the one who left? He's likely. He's only been employed recently. Where could he be running off to? Perhaps he had a family in town. He'd mentioned someone he knew coming with him. Guess we'll find out who actually stayed behind. Right. The small talk kept both of you calm as you slowly made your way through. The rear of the building seemed quieter in comparison. Fewer townspeople and more mercenaries stationed around the perimeter to keep it safe. Judging from the purple piles burning just out of sight from the townsfolk, there's been no shortage of work coming their way. Ah! You weren't paying attention as you crashed into the bear, who was staring intensely at the wide-open back door. You looked at him and his expression turned grim, already knowing what he was thinking about the state of his kitchen. It didn't come much of a surprise as he charged urgently inside. You followed shortly behind. The moment you set foot inside, the first thing hitting you was the heavy heat that hangs in the air, along with the errant scent of stew wafting from further within. The second thing that hit you was the clamoring din from all the pots, pans, plates, and cutlery shuffled around the cramped space. People dashing back and forth between stovetops, counters, and workstations, many of them hastily and messily preparing as many servings as possible. Amidst it all, you spotted the German shepherd diligently giving out directions to the groups coming in and out of the kitchen. Please, take this outside. We'll have another pot ready soon. And make sure to bring the pot back as soon as it's empty. You can count on it, Chef. Chief. Called him Chief, okay. How are the dishes going? Dishwashing regular. We're nearly done with this batch. The pot's ready. Where do we put it? Place it over the front counter until we clear out more space. Tensei! Master Kody! Blessed be my lady. Your return could not have been more opportune. Kody surveyed the kitchen in both astonishment and anguish, seeing his kitchen overrun with civilians handling his workplace so roughly. I must apologize, sir, with all the commotion and Master Alaric's orders. You can save the pretenses, Tensei. I understand the severity of the situation. What's going on? Where's Ash? Yes, well, when we finished the last of the breakfast rush, Ashford headed out to the market district for missing ingredients. Not long after, we felt the tremor of the Guardian Crystal's descent, followed by reports of the Barry's disappearance and the subsequent invasion. Why did you remain here when the invasion happened? Fleeing amidst the chaos I cannot assess is less than ideal. Safety in numbers, Sir Cassian. So Ashford hasn't returned since? Yes, I'm afraid so, Kody. I had reported his absence to the front desk, but once the refugees arrived, I assume his name was buried under the piling reports. I see. And these people? Kody tilted his head in the direction of the bustling kitchen. One of the volunteers caught Cody's gaze, stopping to chime in for himself. Saw your friend here struggling to man the kitchen. Our food carts were destroyed in the assault, so figured the next best thing was to help out here. From behind Kody, the face of a red squirrel peeked out to speak up in a shaky voice. You recognized him as one of the regulars who sat in the dark corner of the tavern. Alright, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!